Hey guys, I have a confession. I accidentally took this summer off from posting on social media. It wasn't totally intentional. I had a new program starting in May, so I posted about that, and then by the time it launched, I was ready to take a week off, and then I just sort of forgot. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you what it was like to take time off of social media, both for my mental health and for my business, and also how it impacted my lead generation and the business opportunities that I found myself with. So stick around and I'll share that with you right after this. Hi, I'm Meg Casebolt from Love It for Search, where we help online businesses to show up in search results and then turn those new visitors into leads, subscribers, and sales. And by the time this video goes live, I will have officially not posted on social media for 100 days. This sort of started as an accidental experiment. I made it 2 weeks and then 4 and then 6. And by the time my July vacation rolled around and I hadn't posted in 6 weeks, I was like, how long can I make this last? So I will be going back to social media come September because I have other things that I want to be promoting that are more time sensitive. But I did want to share with you here what it was like to not really be as attached and focused on social media as a marketing strategy for such a huge amount of time. 100 days off social media might be unthinkable for you if social is something that you feel is a key component of your marketing strategy. But it is possible, and I want to share with you what it looked like, not just for the Love It for Search business, but also for my life and my mental health. According to the Screen Time app on my iPhone, my time spent on social media this summer dropped from about an hour and a half a day to about 10 or 15 minutes a day. Obviously, some days were more than others. I still checked in on social media. I still opened it every day or two just to make sure that nobody had tagged me in a business development opportunity, but I didn't actually post anything to my Instagram page, to my Facebook page. I think some things were already in the queue on my Facebook page, so they may have gone out and people commented on them, so I replied to those comments, but I didn't create anything new to post on social media all summer long. When I share this with people, they say, so wait, you just stopped marketing for the summer? How? No, I didn't stop marketing. I stopped posting on social media. When we think about our overall agency-wide marketing strategy, we basically rely on two different pillars. The first is relationship building. So getting leads from referrals and sending referrals out to other service providers, being an affiliate for other people's programs and allowing people to share my programs as an affiliate. And when we're not in COVID times or over the summer, getting together for local in-person networking events, usually outside, sometimes still masked, but we were able to have some of those local mixers this summer that I was able to attend because I just really needed that human contact that wasn't through a Zoom box. And the other pillar of our overall marketing strategy is content marketing. So creating blog posts and videos and emails and articles for other people's websites. Over the 100 days that we weren't posting on social media, we released 13 videos, 16 blog posts, and we emailed our list 1 or 2 times a week. So it's not that we just shut down our marketing strategy when I stopped posting on social. It was just that we didn't use that particular channel. I know the next question that you're going to ask is, how did this impact our leads? And the short answer is, it didn't. Our contact form stayed consistent at 1 or 2 leads a week. Usually things get quieter in the summer, but I think because I was able to do more coffee chats with people, because I reallocated my time into those personal relationships instead of social, I was getting more referral leads this summer. Our email list gained about the same number of subscribers as it had in the previous quarter, and we ran 6 of our VIP consulting intensives, which is consistent with our usual pace of 1 to 3 of those every month. So even though we usually do see a slowdown in our sales over the summer, which works for us because I'm a mom and I have a lot of moms on my team and we want things to slow down a little bit in the summer, we still had that consistent lead generation pipeline coming into us even without posting on social. People often ask me, like, how did it feel to not be as attached or as focused on social media? And I've got to admit, it felt kind of great. In June, especially, I felt like it was hard for me to not pick up my phone all the time and look at it. So I've talked before about how I removed social from that bar along the bottom. I put it into folders on my phone so that way I'm not as prone to pick it up and just mindlessly scroll. I replaced it with the Kindle app, the podcasting app. I wanted instead, if I'm going to pick up my phone, to be spending that time on something that I enjoy, that that has long-term benefits like listening to podcasts or just reading a book. So I'm still on course for my goal of reading between 150 and 200 books this year, in part because I wasn't spending time just scrolling through social, and instead I'm picking up books and reading both romance novels and my personal development books. I'm trying to find a nice even balance between the two of them. Right around mid-July or early August, so probably at about the 60 or 70 day mark of the 100-day time off, was when I started to feel a little bit of FOMO. I felt a lot of FOMO at the very beginning, but I kind of was also feeling the burnout. And in July and August, I started to think, wow, I feel like I'm missing out on these relationships that are being formed in this space, the nurturing conversations, the how can I help people comments, the let me reach out proactively with DMs. I started to miss the relationship building that happens on social media, more so than I started to miss seeing what other people are creating. It was more about missing the friendships that I developed and built on those platforms than the viewing and scrolling and watching the stories. Honestly, I've never been an Instagram story watcher, so that's not something that I really missed, but I did miss the opportunity to hear what's happening in the lives of my friends and my colleagues online. People have also asked me, wow, after 100 days, are you going back? Yes, I am, because we have some specific time-sensitive promotions coming up, and I want to be able to reach people in that time-sensitive way who may not be on our email list. Coming up soon, we have the 3rd annual SE October Challenge, so you can go to seoctober.com to sign up for that. A lot of it will be right here on this YouTube channel, and if you're watching this in a couple months, you can still go to seoctober.com and sign up to get those video prompts. It's not just October specific this year. Those will be available long term, but if you join us live, it'll be a whole hell of a lot more fun. And even aside from those time-sensitive marketing campaigns, we are still creating evergreen content, and the people who are only following Love at First Search on social without being on the email list may have missed some of the really cool content that we put out this summer. So I'm looking forward to re-engaging that audience, commenting on their posts as well as getting their feedback on what we're creating, and using social media as an idea generation place where people ask me questions on social in the comments, and I'm able to create more content in order to answer those specific questions that they're asking. So I like social as a place to have a dialogue with my audience, not just a place to push content out. And that's what I'm looking forward to when we go back. If you're listening to this and going, wow, that sounds great, I wish I could quit social media or take some sort of digital detox, but I'm afraid my entire business will fall apart, I don't recommend going cold turkey. It may seem like it when I said I just stopped posting in May that I did cold turkey, but actually I've been building up my other marketing channels for a really long time in order to be able to step away from social and still have those referrals coming in and still have that email marketing going out and still having those channels in place to help people still find us even if we're not on social. So if you're not quite comfortable with the idea of giving up social media, but you want to step back from it a little bit, I would recommend creating some evergreen content on your website. It doesn't have to be every day or every month. Maybe you want to create one blog post a month and then share that out to your email list, pull it apart and put little excerpts onto your social media and load it into a social media scheduler as a batch edit. So you're loading them all in at once and letting them show up and feed themselves out over time, maybe even go into an evergreen queuing system. So that way you don't need to create as much for social media because your tools are automating it for you, but it frees you up then so that you know your social is still being created and being published, and you get to spend more time on creating more evergreen content and building up an evergreen content system as opposed to only having these time-sensitive posts. You also don't need to quit social media for 100 days to be able to talk about it. You can just turn off your phone for the weekend. Nothing will break if you turn off your phone for a couple of, it doesn't even have to turn off your phone, just don't look at them, maybe uninstall the apps for a little bit, create some boundaries for yourself so that you can have that mental space and time off without the notifications coming up. And if you feel like you do have just a little bit of an addiction and every time you pick up your phone, you feel like you need to check in or you have notifications that are constantly pinging you and saying, hey, somebody sent you a message. Hey, somebody liked your comments. You can come up with some systems that can help you manage that influx of stimulation. So instead of just picking up your phone whenever you get bored and going and checking, maybe set a time on your calendar that you go in and you check every day or every other day. I do this as part of my daily check-in everywhere. So every morning I have a half an hour set aside to check my inbox, my team communication, my social media, and my community. So that way I don't feel like I'm missing anything. And then if I don't check it again until the next day or 2 days later, I don't feel like it's been weeks and weeks since people heard from me, or that anybody who reached out will have a super long waiting period. So just by putting some time on your schedule to check your social, that can make it so that way those inbound messages and notifications don't feel quite as urgent and overwhelming to you, because you know that you have a time on your calendar to get to them. If you thought this video was helpful, make sure to like. If you're going to take a little bit of a digital detox for yourself, make sure to comment below and we'll cheer you on. And subscribe to the channel for more tips to use content marketing to help you get off of the social media hamster wheel and get more leads, subscribers, and sales from your content. See you next week.